All right. Gabriel, please.
Hello, Kayla. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So just the one question, the obvious one, you obviously did interviews and you said you weren't exactly pumped up to put the nail in the coffin against Cindy. Now that the fight is closer, has that gotten easier?
Yeah, I mean, it's business week, it's fight week, all of the human emotions kind of have to go away and you got to become the Terminator. So just business.
Thank you.
Barcelona?
Yeah, Kayla, Jim Barcelona, Miami Herald. Just curious with the fighting schedule now, and I know none of the fighters want to look ahead, but it's so cool that the playoffs are going to be in South Florida this year. It's going to be at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino. I just want your thoughts of bringing PFL down to South Florida, near where you train at American Top Team.
Oh, I'm beyond jacked up about it. I feel like it's a great time to come to Florida. It's a great time to open back up to fans, and then we'll have an entire crowd full of not just my fans, but I think in general, we just have a ton of fighters in the crowd. So if there's not a lot of action in the cage, you'll have some outside the cage. No, Florida's great. Come to Florida. Everyone wants to be there.
Thank you.
Ronald.
This is Ronald E. Smith from Getting Real. Kayla, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Can't complain. And this question here for you is more for next month for the Olympics. And you brought up in a previous interviews, talked about, because when you were at a point after the Olympics wondering what's next, what's now for me. And a lot of those athletes are going to go into the same thoughts that you went through. So if you could, what words would you give them just to get them prepared, but also to get them motivated when that time does come?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now their focus should be the Olympics. It should be, they've prepared for now 5 years minimum for this moment. And I think after it's over, just to remember to enjoy it, soak it up. You worked hard to get to this spot, and remember to breathe, and surround yourself with good people and figure out your next moves. But remember to breathe and enjoy it. It goes by really quick.
Thank you.
Gabriel Gonzalez.
Yeah. Kayla, I want to know just stylistically, what challenges do you think Cindy does bring inside the cage?
I think that she's just a game fighter, she's been around the block. She's very experienced. She's a veteran of the sport. She's fought in pretty much every promotion. I know she's got some funky submissions and stuff like that. I know she has a judo background. I've seen her do a couple throws in her fights. So it'll be interesting to feel maybe someone tried to throw me for the first time in 5 years. But I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to showcase some of my new skills and continue to dominate.
Breeze.
Hey, Kayla, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. I just wanted to ask, you touched on it right there a little bit, but how do you see the grappling exchanges going with her? Cindy does have a grappling background as well. She spoke on it before you got here and said that she would be comfortable even if she does go to her back. But I wanted to get your perspective. How do you see those exchanges going?
I see them being pretty one-sided. And God bless Cindy, but I think she should expect to be on her back.
Thank you so much.
Tariq.
Hey, Kayla, this is Tariq from the Havoc Hour. So my question is more so about, how's the balance been now that you're a mom and, you got to go in here in the cage and become this monster, essentially? Because I think if anyone who's seen your fights lately, I think the last 2 fights, you've been, really unleashing more of a savage that I don't even think we've seen the best Kayla Harrison yet. So What's that been like, kind of managing the two going forward?
Well, I mean, fighting is my outlet, Of course, when I first got the kids, it was definitely a struggle to find the balance between training, making sure I'm the best mom I can be, making sure they're doing everything they need to be doing, putting food on the table, making dinner for 3 people instead of me just munching on whatever's left, having a rigorous schedule, things like that. But, training and competing, fighting have always been my happy place. They've always been my outlet. And, being a mom is something I always wanted to be, was a little nervous about, a little anxious for, a little scared of. So besides being a mom, being in the cage is where I feel like I'm most myself. That's the real Kayla in there, getting to unleash.
Awesome, champ. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Tanai.
Hey Kayla, Tanai here from MMA Island. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What did you make of Claressa Shields' MMA debut at PFL 4?
Yeah, I think, we all knew she was going to have some holes. We all expected that. I think it was impressive that she was able to come back and dig deep and find a win. But that's what winners do, they find a way. So I was impressed with her perseverance. And I think that, she's got a long way to go. And I know she's young. I know she's hungry. I know she's motivated. So I'm excited to watch her journey.
Thank you so much. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Alex, cage side.
Hey, Kayla, it's Alex from Cage Side Press. So, your promo that you dropped last time kind of broke the internet. Do you have another one planned?
I don't plan these things. They just kind of happen. No, I'm just going to start being honest. I'm just going to say what I think from now on.
Well, thank you for that. I do have a follow-up. You posted on your Instagram a couple weeks ago that you said that for you, it's not practice makes perfect, but it's always been perfect practice makes perfect. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of explain that?
Yeah, so that's sort of, it's a quote I stole from my judo coach, Jimmy Pedro, but I'm going to go ahead and claim it. I have more followers. No, it's really just the concept of, I don't go into practice and I don't half-ass training. I don't show up and just go through the motions. Everything I do, I try and do to the best of my ability. Perfect practice makes perfect, whether it's, this is, again, I've said it a million times, this is the way I live my life, whether it's doing the dishes, whether it's being a mom, whether it's perfecting a kick, whether it's, getting the perfect double leg. Perfect practice makes perfect. And, I make fun of my coach because a lot of times we'll be drilling something and he'll go, "Oh, that was terrible." And I'm like, "Oh, geez, tell me how you really feel." But then I'll do it right. And he's like, that's it. You got it right there. That's it. Like, he's very he's either like, that was terrible, or like, that's perfect, let's keep going. Like, he's one or the other. So I'm always trying to get that's it right there. That was good. That was good. Getting better all the time. That's what I'm trying to get every single rep that I make.
Awesome. Thank you, Kayla.
MMA Locker Room. MMA Locker Room, right there. All right, we will come back. Curtis.
Hey, Kayla, this is Curtis Calhoun with Low Kick MMA. Good to talk to you again. As mentioned earlier, you trained down at American Top Team. Can you kind of talk about how working with them helped make your transition to MMA easier and the impact they've had on your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, the volume of work speaks for itself. We have a young, up-and-coming crew of undefeated fighters. I'm one amongst them. I quickly realized when I went to ATT that was going to be the place for me. I've always felt like if you want to be the best, you have to train with the best. That's why I moved to Boston to train with the Pedros when I was 16, and that's why a month after I visited ATT, I packed up all my stuff and moved down there because I wanted to train with the best coaches. I wanted to train with the best training partners. I wanted to train with the best female in the world, at the best gym in the world. And, the thing I love about ATT is there's no guesswork. There's no blind leading the blind. There's no oh, we're going to maybe do this today, and today we're going to try this, and then maybe we'll do this. There's a system, and systems create winners.
Thanks, Kayla. I appreciate the time.
My pleasure.
Michael Morales.
Hey, Kayla, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Everything good here. Thank you very much for your time. I wanted to ask you, You are currently PFL's biggest attraction. How does it feel to be the MVP, the main event player for this franchise?
You know, it's an honor. Pressure is a privilege, and I worked hard to get here. I spent years on a mat where nobody noticed me, and then I got my 15 minutes in London and another 15 minutes in Rio, and I've busted my ass for a long time to get to this point. And I think they picked the right horse because I've got big shoulders and I'm ready to carry this league.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
MMA Locker Room.
The fights are Friday, everyone.
Hey, how's it going? This is MMA Locker Room, part of Pub Sports Radio. I just want to say, today's my daughter's birthday. She's 8 years old. She's a big fan of yours.
What's her name?
Her name's Nikara.
Nikara, happy 8th birthday. My daughter's 8 too.
Thank you. Now, here's the question. Amanda Nunes, Christian Cyborg, Valentina Shevchenko. Tell us why you're the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
I didn't say I'm the best there is yet. I said I will be. And, you know, I'm not disputing that those fighters are all better fighters than me at this point in time. But I believe with the method to my madness, with the coaching staff behind me, with the self-confidence that I have, with the athletic ability that I have, with the hard work ethic that I have, the mental fortitude that I have, I will go down as the best. I will go down as the greatest of all time. I have to be given an opportunity and I have to go out there and prove it, but I'm ready to do it.
Empire Universe.
Hey, Kayla. Luke from Empire Universe Podcast. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm just great, thank you. So, listen, I mean, you and Cindy, you both possess those judo and ground skills. So, is this going to be one of those fights that could potentially just be a stand-up fight?
Nobody knows. I don't have a specific game plan right now. I think, you know, the goal is just go out there and instill my will, continue to gain experience inside the cage, that precious cage time that you can't emulate anywhere else. And yeah, I'm ready to go out there and kill.
Good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Drew.
Hey, Kayla, Drew Pierce, FightLeague.com. Does it relieve any pressure or change any part of the game plan knowing that you're going into this last regular season bout at the top of your leaderboard?
No, I think all the pressure is the pressure that I put on myself internally. You know, when you have a O at the end of your record, it becomes a little more intense every single fight. And it's something that people tune into and pay attention to. So, you know, my goal is to win the tournament. My goal is to win the season. My goal is to remain undefeated. My goal is to be the best there ever was. So being the top of a leaderboard is great, but that's not the ultimate goal.
Awesome. Thanks. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions for Kayla? Awesome. All right.
Thanks,
Kayla,
guys.
Thank